Brendan Conley here with the Lake Life Realty team. We're doing another community spotlight here. I'm with Kathryn Field of Field Fine Art over in Sandwich, New Hampshire. We're talking a little bit about the classes that she does, as well as some of the artwork that you produce. So, Kathryn, we met as a client at one point, and I've seen a lot of your artwork. Your home was filled with your artwork, but I've also seen it all around the area. Tell me a little bit about what you do here at the studio, what your specialty is, and where your artwork mostly is.
I teach at Field Fine Art came formally about 4 years ago, but I've been teaching classes in my studio for the past 20 years on different times for different lengths of time. But primarily I teach painting in the studio, painting, drawing, watercolors, printmaking, and handmade books. So I teach a variety of disciplines, and that my background you can see up there is in sculpture, but I haven't been teaching sculpture in the studio. I teach primarily what I do on a regular basis, which is painting, oil painting, and watercolor
painting.
And then out of a request from students, I have started to teach like the printmaking and the bookmaking came because people were interested in it.
Yeah.
It's something I had taught at the college level. I taught at the college level for about 25 years, and then I taught at Holderness School for 11 years. And I taught ceramics there, and painting, and sculpture, and all the different.
So you're very well versed in a few different art forms. Obviously, you've got a lot of paintings of your own around as well, but you're not just teaching. You do a lot of commissioned work. You have some work in a studio. So what are those things? What kind of commissions do you get?
There are commissions that I've done. I recently did a commission for a client who looked at my work, say, 2 years ago. Clients usually think about it for a period of time, see if they like it. That's a great way. If they keep remembering the work, then they come back and ask me to do a specific piece. I have a lot of public sculpture. Most of my public sculpture is in the Midwest, where I lived for a long time. I did pretty much sculpture for 30 years, and then I've been painting for about 15 years. And most of my sculpture now is very much like this piece here, which is metal, usually stainless steel, and then oil paint. So it's a combination of my love for painting and for three-dimensional form.
Yeah.
But something that's a little easier to store than the big bronzes. But it's a
little bit easier to display in a residential setting as well. Because that piece I remember from your previous home, and it really caught my eye right away because you look at it immediately and it almost looks two-dimensional, but it has that three-dimensional effect. It's a beautiful sculpture, and the paint on it really makes it pop. And you just did a similar one for another local home on Squam, I believe. Yeah. Different setting.
Some pieces in the church in Meredith, the Catholic Church in Meredith. I have pieces in Boston. I have pieces outside of Boston, and I have quite a number of pieces, probably a dozen pieces, in public spaces in Chicago area.
And you're even reaching international now. I believe you just told me Australia and China?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Because we lived in Australia for a couple of years.
Beautiful. So just tell us quickly where people can find more about Field Fine Art.
You can find Field Fine Art on my website, fieldfineart.weebly. And also, that's my teaching website. And then you can also find my personal work and what's going on in terms of shows, upcoming exhibitions, and events on my kathrynfield.com website.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.